Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about inelastic collision. Okay, whenever you have two objects sticky and moving together, usually this is an inelastic collision. But for all type of collision, momentum is gonna be conserved. If it's an elastic or inelastic collision, that doesn't matter. Conserved momentum mean the momentum before collision equal momentum after the collision. So if I say that I have a block with m1 for mass and moving with velocity v1 in this direction, this block gonna to strike another block with m2 for mass. After the collision, the two blocks sticky together, m1 and m2 sticky together and moving in the same velocity. So let's work on this example to find the momentum before the collision and after collision. Now let's focus on this formula. Okay, as you know, momentum equal m times v. So we need to calculate the momentum before the collision, m1. Okay, m1 times v1 plus m2 times v2. Okay, the block number 2 is at a rest. Okay, I forget to say that. So m1 times v1 plus m2 times v2 equal the momentum after collision, m1 time, for example, v3 plus v3, the velocity of the m1 after the collision, plus plus m2 times v, for example 4, for the velocity of the m2 after the collision. So m1 v1 plus m2 v2 equal, here as you see, the two object or the two blocks is sticky and moving together. For that, they will gonna to have the same velocity. For that, we can just give them a same symbol because they are same. So m1, for example, vf for the final velocity, plus m2 vf also. Okay, now we can take vf as a common outside, so vf time m1 plus m2, and here the same thing, v1 plus m2 v2. Okay, this relation we can use it to find any or to solve any problem in an elastic collision in one dimension. Okay, let's take example to see how we can use this formula. Okay, if I say that I have a block with 10 kilogram move with velocity of 15 meter per second, and this block gonna to strike another block at rest with 5 kilogram, and before the collision the two blocks sticky and moving together. Okay, with velocity of vf Here the question looking to find the VF. Okay, let's write the formula which we found it. M1 V1 plus M2 V2 equal VF time M1 plus M2. So M1 is a 10, so 10 times V1 is 15, 10 times 15 plus, because this object at a rest, for that V2 will be 0, 0 times anything equal 0, for that plus 0 equal VF, still unknown, M1 equal 10 plus M2 5. So we're looking for VF. 10 times 15 equal 150 plus 0 equal 150 equal VF 10 plus 5 equal 15. So I will just move 15 to another side. So VF equal 150 over 15 equal 150 over 15 equal 10 meter per second. Now, as you see, before the collision, the velocity was 15 meter per second. After the collision, the velocity is 10 meter per second. As you know, the conserved momentum, when the mass is increased, the velocity is decreased, and when the velocity is increased, the mass is decreased. When the mass here in the first, before the collision, was the mass was 10, so the object was moving in 15 meter per second. But when they stick it together, the mass be 15, for that the velocity gonna to decrease and be 10 meter per